Prepare for a roller coaster of emotions as we dive into unforgettable reunion moments that will tug at your heartstrings. A mom was so happy as her daughter surprised her after being gone in the army for the past 8 months.
I'm trying not to cry.
Ray flew across the country to surprise her long-distance best friend after spending a year apart. Raghav flew 4,000 miles to surprise his best friend for his 30th birthday, after originally saying he couldn't make it. Addie got the best surprise of her life when her besties flew to surprise her for her birthday. It was so sweet as this guy was surprised by his best friend after she had spent a year on the other side of the world. Six months felt like forever, but Lena was finally home and surprised her best friend, and the look on her face made it all worth it. It was the best reunion after Jasmine surprised her family and friends after over a year away in Australia. After 5 months of working in a different country, this girl decided it was time to go home and surprise her parents. It was so lovely as Sophie surprised her best friend after not seeing her for 6 whole months. Ella was home to her family and friends after having been 14 months away, and it was the best surprise ever. Kaya surprised her best friend after being a year apart, and it's so sweet. Paisley had been going through a hard time mentally, so her mom traveled over 3,000 miles to see her after being apart for over a year. Two twins had their reunion after 4 months of being apart, and it was so precious. It was so sweet as this guy came home early after being gone for 5 months to surprise his best friend.
You good back?
Lauren surprised her family and friends in Wales after being away studying in New Zealand. Nicole surprised her family and friends after she hadn't seen them for 8 months. This girl was shocked when her best friend was home after being away for 15 months. Caitlin came home to her family after 15 months of traveling to celebrate her sister's 21st, and it was the best. Chloe was home to her friends and family after 9 whole months of traveling, and it was the best. It was the best as Ari surprised her loved ones after 8 months of being an au pair in the US. Kendall surprised her family and friends after not seeing them for months when she took a quick trip back home. Niven was home after 3 months of traveling the Philippines and Bali, and this was the moment she surprised her besties. Amy broke down crying when her best friend was waiting at the door after she hadn't seen her for 6 years, and it was so amazing. Preet was home and surprised her best friend after not having seen her for 2 years. Addie flew across the country to surprise her long-distance boyfriend, and it's so cute. Cassidy surprised her husband with their baby boy after being apart for 2 months, and it was such an emotional moment. Maddie's boyfriend flew out her parents when they were on a cruise after she hadn't seen them in months, but that wasn't the only surprise. After 7 months of being apart, two besties were finally reunited. It was so lovely as Lena surprised her cousin after being apart for months. Valencia had her first hug with her boyfriend after a long 6 months apart. Natalia lied to her best friend that she couldn't fly out to Houston to meet her baby, and this was the moment she did.
We're texting me all morning.
A mom was surprised by her childhood best friend, and it is safe to say she needed that. Anna flew home to surprise her best friend after she moved across the country, and it was the best. It was such a beautiful surprise as Ezzy saw her best friend again after not seeing her for 6 months. After spending 8 months working on a cruise ship, Jervin was home and decided to surprise his family and friends. A year after her exchange year, Alexa decided to come back and surprise her long-distance bestie. After not seeing their son in 2.5 years, these parents got a big surprise when he was home. Jetty surprised her son and parents after they had been apart for 4 years due to lockdown restrictions, and her heart was finally full again. It was beautiful as this guy was home in the Philippines after living abroad for the past 9 years. These parents could barely believe it when their daughter was home after she had spent the last 4 years living abroad. Jess was home to her parents in Singapore after a year of being away from home. This girl surprised her parents after 3 long years of living in America, and it was so precious. This was Nicholas's reaction when his parents flew over to surprise him after he had moved away 3 weeks ago.
Yes. Un delivery puppy.
After working away for 10 months, Becca was home to her 3 favorite people. If you have enjoyed this video, make sure to check out this one as well.